Hi everyone, it's Katrina. Number 10. The city beneath the pyramids. Experts say there could be an unexplored city hiding underneath the Great Pyramids of Giza, just beneath the surface of the Giza Plateau, covered by monuments such as the Sphinx and the Pyramid of Khufu, could be a never-before-seen metropolis. This secret city wasn't such a secret to the Egyptians who built it over 4,000 years ago. Some have argued it could predate the very first Egyptian pharaohs, having been established long before the pyramids were ever even an idea. The first mention of such a city comes from the famous Greek historian Herodotus. He was one of the first men to treat historical subjects as science. He collected materials, investigated ancient sites, and explored much of the known world throughout his life in the 5th century B.C. According to Herodotus himself, he saw an underground city beneath the pyramids with up to 1,500 rooms. But what's really incredible is that the city was not accessible to ordinary citizens. It was heavily guarded, almost like an underground labyrinth, with palaces and every wall covered in splendid carvings and paintings of strange figures and animals. The underground city wasn't small. Herodotus was given a tour and taken to the end, where a massive pyramid had been built beneath the earth itself, standing over 200 feet tall. If Herodotus is to be believed, there is a pyramid under the pyramids, and it could be as much as 15,000 years old. Number 9. The energy machine. The Great Pyramid of Giza could be a giant energy machine that modern scientists have no idea how to use. But of course, that's not what the experts say. Mainstream scholars have always maintained that the structure was commissioned by the mighty pharaoh Khufu prior to his death around 2560 BC. It took 20 years to build, and there was nothing supernatural or otherworldly about it. Scientists say the pyramid was built simply as a tomb, its building blocks stacked one on top of the other by paid builders using clever construction techniques. However, this could all be false. There are those who don't think the pyramid was a tomb at all. Some say the pyramid was a machine capable of producing insane amounts of energy, and they have a lot of reasons why this could be true. Some of the granite stones used in building the passageways have been found to be slightly radioactive, something that makes absolutely no sense. One of the materials used in the construction of the pyramid was Dolomite, known for being an excellent conductor of electricity. The pyramid also happens to be sitting on a powerful source of underground energy. The Giza Plateau is allegedly a producer of electromagnetic forces. Underneath the surface, electric energy travels up to the base of the pyramid. Finally, scientists haven't found any irrefutable evidence that the pyramid was illuminated by torches on the inside, and this suggests there had been another means of seeing what they were doing. Did they have some sort of magical light we don't know about? There is also the rumor that the top of the pyramid was covered with gold, which is also a good conductor of electricity. Unfortunately, there isn't any proof the pyramids produced a massive amount of electrical energy 4,500 years ago. It's feasible, but scientists don't understand how they would have done it. It may not have even been the Egyptians, but a more advanced race who helped them harness the natural power of the earth to energize alien technology. Number 8. The Hall of Records. Hermes was the Egyptian god of the moon, not to be confused with the Greek god of thieves and travel. In Egyptian legend, Hermes was in charge of a massive library which housed all the mystical knowledge in the world. This library, known as the Hall of Records, is said to be hiding beneath the paws of the Sphinx. If true, there is an undiscovered repository of immense information hiding under the slowly eroding guardian of the pyramids. Esoteric knowledge, mathematical equations, detailed astronomical charts, and information on alchemy. Even forgotten medical knowledge could all be hidden in this mythical library. There could be more truth to the legend than a lot of people realize. Based on hieroglyphic messages and paintings found throughout the Saqqara burial ground, Egyptian pharaohs believed they would be given knowledge to take with them into the next life. There seemed to be widespread understanding that the pharaohs had access to secret knowledge beyond what ordinary people could hope to maintain. They very well could have been privy to the information hiding in this secret library underneath the Sphinx. The issue is that the library has never been found. There have been multiple expeditions, including one instance when American researchers drilled into the monument's paw. But the search for the Hall of Records almost ruined the Sphinx, and so nothing more has been done to find it. And now for number 7. But first, I want to give a big shout out to Historic Times and Ashley and Zachary. Thanks so much for watching and supporting this channel. If you are new here, be sure to subscribe and join the family, because why not? Number 7. Cavities in the pyramid. 2 new cavities were detected inside the Great Pyramid of Egypt. Researchers used an advanced imaging technique called luography to look deeper inside in a way that had never been done before. It was almost like using X-ray vision to look at the insides of what was once the greatest building on the planet. They found 2 mysterious holes in the pyramid that don't appear to contain anything at all. They are nothing but empty voids hidden behind the north face of the structure. Researchers with the ScanPyramids Project said the cavities could form an unknown corridor that has eluded scientists for decades. However, the exact size and shape of the voids is still under investigation. The way they made the discovery is extremely exciting. The technology records particles called muons that are produced by cosmic rays smashing into the atmosphere of the planet. Millions of these muons are passing through your body right now, but with special equipment, they can be seen. And when scientists search for these particles inside of larger objects like pyramids, they can record a kind of skeleton of the structure. Right now, all we have are a pair of empty holes hiding secrets, but hopefully with more investigation, we'll be able to figure out what those chambers hold, or held in the ancient past. Do you have any theories on what's hiding in the mysterious chambers? Let me know in the comments. Number 6. The Pyramid Caves. Forget about lost cities and halls of mythical knowledge. There could be something a little more realistic hiding underneath the pyramids of Giza. British explorer Andrew Collins says there is an untouched world of archaeology hidden beneath the realm of the pharaohs. This underground ecosystem is home to venomous spiders, hungry bats, and cold rock. It's a system of caves and caverns, rocky tunnels, and disorienting chambers. Andrew claims he recently tracked down the entrance to the Forgotten Caves thanks to hints in the memoirs of a 19th century diplomat and explorer. British Consul General Henry Salt was supposedly the first to investigate the underground catacombs of Giza in 1817. His memoirs detail how, with the help of an Italian explorer, they uncovered huge chambers and deep passageways stretching beyond their ability to map. But then, for whatever reason, the caves were forgotten. They've been largely ignored by the archaeological community since. Even after Andrew announced that he found the caverns, Egyptologists dismissed his discovery as nonsense. Zahi Hawass, arguably the most respected Egyptologist in the world, said the discovery never happened. He said there are no new discoveries to be made at Giza. It almost seems like scientists want to dissuade anyone else from even trying to find secrets under the pyramids. It really makes you wonder what they might know that we don't. Why do you think investigation on the caves came to a halt? Let me know your theories in the comments. Number 5. The Fourth Pyramid. Most people are only familiar with the 3 major pyramids at Giza. In fact, most people don't even realize there is a 4th pyramid hidden within a stone's throw of the 3 famous ones. It's called the Pyramid of Khentkaus I, and it was built in the 4th Dynasty for the Queen Mother. However, the pyramid was extremely small compared to the other ones. It was built as a step pyramid with only 2 tiers. Researchers believe it likely started out as a small tomb encased with limestone. Then, a century later, was enlarged to convert the tomb of the ancient queen into a pyramid. However, it was abandoned partway through construction for unknown reasons and left to crumble. Keep in mind, this is not a conspiracy theory. This is real archaeological history. Queen Khentkaus I was the daughter of King Menkaure, who happens to have his own pyramid at Giza. She was also the wife of 2 different kings, the later King Userkaf being the founder of the 5th dynasty. We don't really know anything more other than that she likely acted as queen regent for a very long time. The complexity of her burial shows just how important she was to the Egyptian people. Sadly, her tomb is in shambles, and most people don't even know it's there. But like I said before, she was extremely important. Archaeologists have found evidence of a small town built around her tomb, likely occupied by a cult worshipping her until the end of the 6th dynasty. Number 4. The cemeteries of Giza. Giza is a lot more than just pyramids and monuments. There were a lot of other tombs built here for people other than ancient kings. Giza itself is, according to most archaeologists, nothing but a giant necropolis. It consists of 2 huge cemeteries and an extensive field of the dead near the main pyramid. East of Khufu's pyramid are the burials of his sons and daughters. In the Great Western Cemetery, powerful dignitaries and wealthy men and women from the royal court were buried in their own lesser tombs. Archaeologists have attributed the extensive burials here to Khufu himself, who was most likely a genius of planning and engineering. Khufu may very well have completed the world's first example of prefabricated construction. He aligned the tombs to create streets and avenues perfectly aligned with his own pyramid complex. He then organized the areas based on one's status in life. It certainly took a lot of limestone to create the 3 main pyramids, but the amount of limestone it took to complete the tombs from the 3 major cemeteries is the really impressive part. This was a public works project on a biblical scale. Number 3. The home of the builders. During the construction of a sewage system near the small village of Nazlet El Saman, near the foot of the Great Pyramid, archaeologists found a settlement from the Old Kingdom. This settlement existed during the construction of the Pyramid of Khufu. Additional excavations revealed that starting about 165 feet from the valley, there was a continuous layer of mud brick buildings. In other words, there was an entire city at the foot of the pyramid that was likely home to the people behind the impressive building project. These were the builders of the tombs and the pyramids and the people who supported them. There were cooks, production facilities for sifting grain and flour, and even beer brewers. Hidden underneath the sand of the desert is evidence of an entire ecosystem of people contributing to the construction of the pyramid. It was a gigantic workmen's camp with an estimated 20,000 people living there. It spanned about 3 generations of builders, all of them living in the growing shadow of the pyramid. That's not the only interesting part. Archaeologists also found ancient pieces of charcoal suggesting the area was once covered in trees. Although Giza is currently a desert of sand and dust, it was once green and lush. It would have looked very different than it does today, and may have been crowded with animals like birds and Nile crocodiles. Number 2. Khufu's tomb. What did scientists really find when they first opened the Great Pyramid of Giza and went inside? The truth is that nobody really knows what was hidden in the pyramid. When Napoleon Bonaparte visited the pyramids in 1798, he allegedly went into the king's chamber. Maybe he pillaged artifacts and took them back to France. Unfortunately, the pyramid is so old that the tomb was looted long before modern archaeologists began to study it. The only thing still inside the king's chamber, the room in which archaeologists say King Khufu was entombed, is a sarcophagus. It's just a fractured piece of red stone that some say makes a sound like a bell when hit with something metal. Historical accounts from as far back as 445 BC describe curious Greeks snooping around inside the pyramid. That was 2,500 years ago, or 2,000 years after the pyramid was finished. The Greeks weren't the only ones who pillaged it either. The Romans went inside the pyramid, and so did the Muslim invaders in the 6th century. British archaeologists descended on the monument in the 19th century, but didn't find a lot. The body of the pharaoh was gone, his sarcophagus was broken, and every chamber was empty except for a few random fragments of wood. The true mystery is that no modern scientist found anything in the pyramid. Anything of value and anything interesting was taken thousands of years ago. Number 1. Temperature anomalies. Researchers have found some extremely unusual temperature anomalies within the Great Pyramid of Giza. They say these thermal anomalies could indicate an undiscovered tomb somewhere underground. As reported by the New York Times, a multinational research team found the stones at the ground level of the eastern side to be much different than the stones in the rest of the pyramid. The difference is striking enough to intrigue archaeologists across the world. The ground stones here were found to be 6 degrees warmer or cooler than those next to them. There were also anomalies detected in the other pyramids at Giza. The temperature difference suggests there could be an underground passage leading from the bottom of the pyramid to an incredibly well-sealed tomb or chamber. If the temperature anomalies from other pyramids are evidence of the same thing, all 3 of them could have secret passages going somewhere beneath the ground. Professor Zahi Hawass from Cairo University told CNN, "There is something here. Something is not normal." What do you think is hiding inside the Great Pyramid of Giza? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and thanks for watching! Be sure to subscribe and come back soon for more videos from the channel. Bye!